Hello, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today's guest is Tyler Harris. He's an artist, and we'll be talking about art today on The Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. My name is Bernie Hayes, as you know, and we're talking to Tyler Harris, and he's an artist, an illustrator today. And Tyler, what is it? Welcome, first of all.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
An artist, an illustrator.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So that means that the illustration part is I make pictures of people and like certain scenarios, storyboarding, comic books, things like that. And then as far as the mural artist goes, I put paintings onto buildings, and primarily most of my projects have been with youth from 14 to 19 at different schools. So worked with Harris-Stowe artwork. I made a mural at North Kirkwood Middle School, made a mural at Sumner High School as well. Worked with Soldan High School in partnership with Craft Alliance to put a mural on the side of their building with my coworker, Stacia Curry. We were the two leading artists on that project. So we put different types of murals and things on different building walls, planters, trash cans, crosswalks. So
Wow.
so it kind of just ranges from all those different
So you
things.
really illustrate, right?
Yes.
You know, I know you from Harris-Stowe State University, the Vashon Center. You're doing a mural for the Negro Leagues right
Yes.
there on the dugout, right?
Yes, sir.
At Star Field. Tell us how the project came about.
So that's a project with STL Artworks.
STL Artworks, St. Louis
St. Louis
Artworks.
Artworks over on Del Mar.
Jackie Dace,
Yes, with Jackie
Jimmy
Dace.
Calmes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all my personal friends. Yeah. Go continue.
So we work with youth of 14 to 19 that are coming in, and they helped us develop different ideas. So we split them up into groups of 3. Each group sat there and came up with an idea based on certain categories. So we had a realistic group, we had a semi-realistic, and then we had a surreal group, which surrealism is more like abstract thinking. So maybe instead of having just a person standing on the road, you may have a person standing in clouds or like becoming the clouds, and like everything is abstracted into the environment to make it feel larger than life. And so after we sat there and had the kids come up with their ideas, we sat there and showed the people at Great Rivers Greenway our ideas, along with you all and some of your representatives from Harris-Stowe. And you all picked the idea that you liked the most, which is the one that we're currently working on the dugout. And after that, we sit there and we kind of finalize the ideas on our tablets to make it more cohesive. And then we split it up into different jobs that the kids do so that they tackle everything to the best of their abilities and do little short exercises to get them kind of used to the fact that some of our kids are returning, but some of our kids are also new. So they don't have that experience with working with the team and like knowing that this artwork is not explicitly yours. Everybody comes together to work as a team to make this happen, and people will be putting their hands on your work, you know, so that they don't get too attached to the work by themselves, but know that like we have to work as a community to get it all done.
The mural at the Harris-Stowe State University is very unique, and they can see that from the Market Street side, right?
Yes.
Just east of Compton.
Yes.
Yeah, and, at Harris-Stowe State University. You know, it's so interesting because they look like they're so creative. So Tyler, how do you select the students to work on these projects?
Okay, so we sit there and we have open interviews for youth 14 to 19. We used to put out flyers at local high schools around the area, as well as us, the teaching artists, going out and recruiting kids as well, because a lot of us are actual like teachers as well as, you know, artists in the school districts. And we have them apply, they have to show a portfolio, they have to do an interview process, and then our executive director, assistant executive director, and our program manager go and pick the students with like the strongest portfolios, and also the strongest drive, because it's not always about just the art. As a teaching artists have to work with a wide range of students that have varying abilities in art, and so that's why we have to kind of like pick jobs that they're best suited for. Because as you know, like I said, the age range is big. So 14 to 19 is anywhere from the end of 8th grade year in middle school to maybe a freshman in college. So as you know, that developmental stage is like, the gap is wide between middle school and college. So some kids, have those skills like very strong, and then some kids are just learning how to be a strong artist.
On the mural at Harris-Stowe State University, on the dugout on that star field there where the Negro Leagues used to play.
Yes.
So what are you illustrating there?
So we wanted to show kind of like the remnants from like pictures we saw of the Mill Creek neighborhood that was surrounding that area back when they were playing, and then also showing the different baseball players and getting kind of like a likeness, just because the picture we used was from like 1930 or 31, so it is a very old picture. Like, it's very blurry. So we had to, get the likeness of that based off of those pictures, and kind of show kids how to like get it accurate without having all the detail, but just kind of showing those baseball players above with like a little rendition of the baseball field at the bottom, the crowd around it that would have attended at the time, and then showing the Mill Creek the Mill Creek neighborhood just around it, with like showing off that kind of like old school architecture that was in St. Louis at the time, and just kind of encompassing like what all was going on, and kind of documenting that history that kind of was wiped out essentially.
Mill Creek Valley was a very essential neighborhood, especially African Americans, and it's disappeared. Urban renewal, they call it. We call it Negro removal. So tell us about Tyler Harris.
Okay. Well, again, I am a artist, so I illustrate. I work on comics. I do murals on my private practice, and then also with students with like non-profit organizations, school districts, things like that. So I do kind of both, and I'm also a freelancer. I also work in a special school district right now as a para and sub when I'm not doing my private practice. I also work with VAO, so getting people to the medical appointments and things like that. So I kind of do a whole bunch of different things, as well as organizing events. We have an event on August 2nd called the Pharrell Experience, which also will be with my team of people, which Stasia Curry is also a part of that team as well. It's a group of like 7 artists, and we make events that like are based around a theme. It'll have live music, DJ, artworks, food vendors, and tattoo pop-up as well. So that's August 2nd from 5 to 9, and that'll be at STL Artworks. So when you come there, you'll get to see the space, because Artworks is also an organization that offers this building for events and things like that. So that helps.
On Delmar, just see some skinker.
Yes, on Delmar Boulevard, 5959 Delmar.
59 Delmar, St. Louis Artworks. Jackie Dace.
Yes, and all that money that you like donate to the place, and when you rent that space out, goes towards our youth. So people always ask how we can help out youth in St. Louis, giving them things and opportunities. Artworks actually gives the youth jobs, a community, and gives them skills they can take for life, as far as working a job, learning how to interview, learning how to talk to people, learning how to build those connections for when they become adults and have to go out into the real world. So that is a one solution to the issues that we have with our youth that you all can be a part of in helping shape the future.
Tyler Harris is my guest, and we're talking about the St. Louis Artworks and other murals that he's involved in. Many projects around the St. Louis area. I'm Bernie Hayes, and with the New Life Evangelistic Center, 24 28 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. We'll be right back.
I want to thank all you regular viewers of the Bernie Hayes Show. Bernie, God bless you for your faithfulness all these years. And I want to encourage all of you to join us here at New Life Evangelistic Center as we're trying to help the tornado victims. We're sharing hope with them. In fact, planting seeds of hope through the New Life Soul free paper, offering direct help, offering a shelter, providing essential supplies that people might need. So many different things can be done as you rise up and join us. Maybe you'd like to adopt a particular family that we're working with. So many ways you can get involved. You go out with our teams as they go out on a daily basis. Call us at 314-421-3020. Write us here at New Life Evangelistic Center at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. Go to nlecstl.org. All of us working together at this particular time can help so many in need. But we need to encourage one another. So many feel hopeless at this moment. They didn't have homeowners insurance, or maybe they are a renter and they don't know where they're going to go to a place they can afford as far as the future is concerned. Well, let's continue to share the hope that Christ is risen in both word and deed, making a big difference in the lives of so many that are in need at this time, reminding them that the Lord has said He will never leave us nor forsake us. That's something that we need to be sharing at this moment. Many people in need. And at New Life Evangelistic Center, we're trying to do that in word and deed.
God loves a cheerful giver. Even though things are really tough right now, you can make a difference in the lives of so many. New Life has been doing this work for 50 years, and we have seen God's gracious goodness through people like you who have participated in this work. There are so many people who are suffering. More people are becoming homeless for the first time. With the rising costs of inflation and food and housing and so many other commodities, we need help. You can make a difference today in the lives of so many by giving your tax-deductible gift to P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. Or go to newlifeevangelisticcenter.org or call to get involved in this incredible work.
Welcome back. I'm talking with Tyler Harris. He's an illustrator and an artist, and we're at the New Life Evangelistic Center right here. Tyler, tell us more about the program you're coming in August.
So the program is August 2nd from 5 to 9 at STL Artworks, and that is with our group of other St. Louis artists, and also one is from Kansas City, so everybody's from Missouri. Mm-hmm. And that was a collective of artists that I met in college and one after college working at STL Artworks. So we wanted to put together local shows where, the event was about the art. The event showcased local talent and not just visual arts, but it showcases talent as far as local artists that do poetry, that sing, that play instruments or in bands, as well as, the visual art aspect. And we wanted to kind of create something that was kind of like the art shows we see, but not necessarily with a twist, but just like...
You incorporate the performing arts.
Yes,
okay.
all of them, though, to kind of meld it together, just because we understand that not everybody is into visual art like we are. So some people don't quite understand it, or they look at the work and it's kind of it's good for about the first 30 minutes, and then they're kind of okay, on to the next thing. So we kind of wanted to make an experience that encompasses everything to keep your attention for longer than just 30 minutes.
Sure.
30 seconds for everybody. Even if you don't like the arts, there's something for everybody to enjoy, as well as making something that we put together that anybody can come to. So you can bring your children, your family, everything, because we have members in our group that have children, families, that type of thing. So we wanted to make sure it was a safe space for that as well, so that way it can be a whole family affair. They don't have to worry about leaving kids or figuring out, how this is going to work, how that's going to work. So that was our thing, and this is our third year doing this. We started off about, obviously 3 years ago, but we started off with a Channel Orange show. We did that at Heydays. It's based off of the Frank Ocean album. Then our second year, we did Erykah Badu experience. And we had like vendors and food based around, the type of feel like neo soul. And then this year we're doing it based off of like the Pharrell experience, which was a little bit more diverse just because he's produced a large range of music.
Sure. Yeah.
So we use that as our inspiration for like our art pieces and what type of talent and things we're going to have at the show.
How are any of your particular artworks being displayed that you created?
Yes. So all artists that have put together this event will be also showcasing our work. So our works range from paintings to animations to digital illustration to sculpture. Yeah, paintings, sculpture, digital illustrations, animation. So it'll kind of range between all those different things.
Are you from St. Louis?
Yes, I am.
But tell us about your matriculation.
So I grew up in Florissant, and I graduated from McClure North in 2012. I went through Ferguson Florissant School District all 12 years of my schooling, even in preschool. And then I graduated from Southeast Missouri State in
Near Cape Girardeau, right?
Yes, in Cape Girardeau. And at the end of 2016, like in December. So yeah, and I got my Bachelor's of Science in Education, in Art Education.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Now tell us what drew you to art. I mean, why not football? Why not creative writing?
Well, I was always an artist. I mean, I did sports, but I mean, I got to work in my coordination. I'm not. This is a struggle. I worked towards it. But I sat there and chose art just because I had a natural gift for it, natural passion for it. And it kind of just helps me relax. It helps me sit down and focus on something for a little while, work through, any type of grievances I have with the artwork. And, teaches me how to like pull through, because a lot of times when you create art, it goes through an ugly phase. And then I got into teaching because I had teachers that kind of helped inspire me to like, to my full potential and kind of push me. Even in college, I started painting because I took one painting class. My painting professor was like, you should do painting. You should have been a paint major. And I was like, at the time I was kind of like, and then I got out here and I really enjoyed working with the youth. So I was like, this will be my way of like working with the youth and like kind of sharing my passion and finding kids that also have the same passion and then showing them the possibilities. Just because with artworks and everything and mural work, when I was a kid, I didn't really do any murals. I didn't know about artworks at the time. Some of my colleagues did, but that would have been a cool experience for me as a youth, that I'm glad that the youth that I work with now get that experience. And then I also like tell them like, you can make some like good, some good side money with murals. You can make some good full-time money depending on how dedicated you want to be. Like there's money out there for the arts. You do have to work for it. So I tell them that it's not going to be just some easy, you get a degree and you're a full-time artist and you're just making thousands of dollars. Like we often tell them that you got to have the passion first and then the money will come later. But, if you don't have the passion for it, you're not going to make it. But
what distinguishes your murals from graffiti?
I don't use spray paint.
Okay, I mean, for people who just want to know.
Okay, so I haven't used spray paint, but that's just because I have not gotten into it just yet. But I will be this year at the Mural Festival, at Paint Louis as a participating artist. So, that'll probably be the first time I use the that spray paint for actual graffiti mural. But also the difference too is that graffiti is like you're doing on people's walls illegally.
Okay.
And the murals are, done through a legal process where I have to sign a contract and it's commissioned, through an entity or person that funds the project. Okay. So I think that's the biggest difference.
How can one reach you?
Okay, so you can reach me through email. It's tashhh12@gmail.com. Also, my Instagram is E7Tash, Tash. There's also that on TikTok, but I'm not really on TikTok like that. And then my phone number is 314-324-3692.
Can you slow that down a little bit?
314-324-3692.
If someone wanted to commission you for a mural or an art job, they would call those numbers.
Yes.
I can reach you on that. You too.
Yes, you would. And make sure you either leave a voicemail or a text message so I don't think that you're a spam caller. And I will get back with you and we can arrange, how much everything will cost. I would map out a proposal and then we will go from there as far as working on murals. But yes, I am open to working on any murals, any like solo murals, community projects, open to all of them.
Okay, so that's wonderful. Okay, Tyler Harris is our guest, and he's working on a mural at Harris-Stowe State University right now, one that you can see that I know about. It's on just east of Compton on the old Star Field, the baseball field there at Harris-Stowe State University, Compton, near Market. I'm Bernie Hayes with the New Life Evangelistic Center, where Reverend Larry Rice has been providing services for those in need for more than 53 years. And we'll be right back with Tyler Harris after this.
Do you feel overwhelmed at this particular time? Needs coming at you from every direction? Anxiety building up within you to scream, I can't take it anymore? Go on a prayer walk. Let the rivers of living water flow through you. Let the Word of God come alive within you. For example, at Philippians 4:6-7, where it says, do not be anxious for anything, but every situation with prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. So come to God at this moment. Begin to pray and let prayer build that relationship with Him. Walk in the garden as Adam and Eve did. Talk to God. Be anxious for nothing, but everything with prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to God and allow His peace, His rivers of living water that passes all understanding, sweep through your life right now and watch Him do exceedingly beyond what you can even ask or think.
Our subject today is Cicely Tyson, who was born in 1924 in New York City. She was discovered by a fashion editor at Ebony magazine, and with her stunning looks, she quickly rose to the top of the modeling industry. In 1957, she began acting off-Broadway productions, and she had small roles in feature films before she was cast as Portia in The Heart of a Lonely Hunter in 1968. 4 years later, Cicely was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for her sensational performance in the critically acclaimed film Sounder in 1972. In 1974, she went on to portray a 100-year-old former slave in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman in 1974, which earned her 2 Emmy Awards. She also appeared in the television miniseries Roots in 1977, King in 1978, and A Woman Called Moses also in 1978. Our subject today, Cicely Tyson.
It takes many partners to operate New Life Evangelistic Center. We're a large ministry operating and serving so many people all throughout Missouri. And so we appreciate so much Bernie Hayes and his many years of dedicated service to people who are experiencing homelessness all throughout Missouri. But we need people like you to partner with Bernie Hayes and with New Life Evangelistic Center to make a real impact in the lives of people who are hurting now. In a very practical way, you are being the hands and feet of Christ in the streets of St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri, and beyond. So I want to thank everyone who is partnering with New Life Evangelistic Center. I want to challenge you to get involved today for the glory of God and the good of others in our community. Thank you so much. And God bless those who are making a big impact on the lives of hurting people.
Welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. We're talking to Tyler Harris. He's an art illustrator and an artist, and doing many projects around the city of St. Louis. And Tyler, tell us some of the other places we can see some of your murals or illustrations.
Okay. So, like I was saying before, I have a mural on the side of the St. Louis Trolley Building that was done with St. Louis Artworks.
Where is that?
So the St. Louis Trolley Building is right there off of Del Mar, across the street from, what's over there? I believe there's it's a crab place called, where you can do not the mad crab, king crab.
Okay.
Crab Kings.
Sure.
Across the way from there.
That's in Del Mar Loop.
Yes, on Del Mar Loop.
Okay. Joe Edwards' place. Blueberry Hill, near Blueberry Hill.
Well, yeah, but a little bit further down.
Yeah, in that area
further
though.
down.
Okay.
So you have that. Then you have the mural that I did on Craft Alliance with Stacia Curry and students at Soldan, and that is over off of Del Mar, close to the Kings Highway, past the glass factory.
Okay. Sure.
But that's on the side of the building of Craft Alliance in the Makers District. Then you have.
How about over North St. Louis?
Okay. So over there you have, I did a bus wrap design, maybe about, this was like late last year, where I designed a bus wrap for a bus stop over off 14th Street. And that one I based off of like my love for superheroes, but also to kind of like show kids, they can be greater than, what they feel they should be. And also to give a little positivity to the neighborhood. And I like to keep things a little light just because I feel as though being a black artist can be a little difficult because a lot of times we want to sit there and like put an emphasis on some of the issues within like being black and in the community. But
Themes,
sometimes
maybe
you want to
civil rights themes or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't want to be reminded of all the trauma because
Sure.
we obviously are. Sometimes you just want to feel good for just existing.
Sure.
So that's what I try to focus on when I create my art, is focusing on that aspect, because I do like the social commentary that most artists like make, but I do feel like sometimes it's a little bit heavy to like constantly either see, the artwork where it kind of like exposes that trauma over and over again. And it's more to being black than just trauma.
Sure.
Every day is not doom and gloom. Every day is not a struggle.
Some things are positive.
Yes.
Some things are beautiful. Some things are glorious. Okay. How can we reach you again, Tyler?
You can reach me again by email, tashh12x@gmail.com. Phone number is 314-324-3692. And my Instagram is E7Tash, Tash.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you have to get permits from the city in order to do these murals and so forth?
So I believe the clients are the ones that get the permits.
Okay.
So they normally have to have a permit or a yes from the person that owns the building if they're a business owner. And then after that, we draft up a contract. But I'm normally not on that end of it.
Okay.
Because normally the people that contact me are people that have already gotten all that stuff squared away.
Sure, I understand. I just wish you the best of luck. I see your work, and I really admire you and admire the things that you're doing. And I hope people come by where I know is a mural is on the Harris-Stowe State University campus at the baseball field. Did you participate in that yourself?
Yes. So we sat there and I did a couple of the faces on the mural just because, again, we are the teaching artists. So we try to let the kids like leave their mark in there because it's not our show. We're here to help them reach their full potential. But yes, I did do a few of the profiles just to sit there and like show them how it's done.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Tyler, for being with us this morning. Today, rather. And then good luck on your upcoming event, too, in August the 7th, is it? August 2nd. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. Thanks to each and every one of you for supporting the New Life Evangelistic Center. I'm Bernie Hayes. Until next time, have a great day.